Good day, sir. I'm Christine Barnido. In this video, I'm gonna show you the topic of delay chromosomal and extra chromosomal inheritance, which is the criteria for extra chromosomal inheritance. The criteria of extra chromosomal inheritance is the pattern of transmissions for phenotype based on any of the virus potential extra chromosomal system cannot be predicted with certainty. And the most feasible procedure is to examine whether instant can be found in which transmission in such chromosomal basis in either roll out or not particular extra chromosomal system are implicated. The following seven kinds of observation may suggest the extra chromosomal inheritance. In these objectives of extra chromosomal inheritance is to understand the role of the criteria of extra chromosomal inheritance, to understand the bacteria of extra chromosomes inheritance, to understand the inherited in a particular fashions from parents to their offspring, to able to know how to extract chromosomal those DNA to not follow the Mendelian pattern inheritance unlike the common nuclear DNA, to be able to know that inheritance is affected of substituting the nucleus with different genotype. In these methods, there are seven types of criteria for extra chromosomal inheritance, which is as difference in reciprocal cross result, maternal inheritance, non-mapability, non-segregations, non-Mendelian segregations, and difference to nuclear substitutions and infections like transmissions. And each type of criteria for extra chromosomal inheritance there have own meaning on how the egg cells contribute much more cytoplasm to the zygote than the sperm. The difference in reciprocal cross result is when one follow the transmissions of characteristic based on chromosomal heredity, the reciprocal crosses are ordinarily identical except in case of sex linkage genes. The material inheritance, a characteristic form difference in the result reciprocal crosses and material inheritance. When the progenies show the characteristic of their female parents, if chromosomal difference can be ruled out, material inheritance can be usually implies transmissions through the cytoplasm. It because of female gametes ordinarily provide more cytoplasm to the zygote than the male gametes. The non-mappability, if the chromosomes of the organism are well mapped, the characteristic based on chromosomal heredity should show linkage and should be mapped and referenced in other genes contour characteristic. In the non-segregations, failure to show segregations under the appropriate circumstance may indicate extra chromosomal heredity. The non-Mendelian segregations is all about when the segregation occurs, but in the persons in consent with chromosome segregations, no chromosomal factors thought have accounted for the phenotype variations. In this difference, nuclear substitutions, when the heritable characteristic persists in the presence of nuclear known to have been associations with alternative over characteristic may be ruled out. And inspections of transmissions, when the heritable phenotype is transmitted without nuclear transmissions, it seems unlikely that chromosomes control that phenotype. So these are the seven types of the extra chromosomal inheritance. As we can say the seven types of the extra chromosomal inheritance we have own meaning but have a difference chromosomes or chromosomes. In this video, this is my result. The criteria of extra chromosomal inheritance certainly inheritance variants in mutants like abnormal segregations, patterns showing inheritance from a single parent. Most of the maternal inheritance is demonstrated the possibility of some extranuclear factors that play role on inheritance. Based on the pattern of heredity transmissions, there are four observations that points existence of the cytoplasmic genetic system because the female gametes continue almost all the cytoplasm to the zygote and the male gametes contributes to only nucleus. An inheritance pattern that differs between reciprocal crosses suggests and cytoplasmic involvement. This clearly is the basis is unparent or material inheritance where progeny always resemble on one parent, most common the female parents. So the seven types of the extra chromosomal inheritance there are the examples. Egg. It is the female gametes were carriers but nuclear and the cytoplasmic material. Sperms. It is male gamete which is only carries the nuclear materials. Only mother gametes will be inherit the cytoplasm. Zygote it is the produce of zygote it is a product as a result of cross fertilizations. So it means the the mother gamete or egg cells siya ra ang ga-produce sa padulong sa cytoplasm. Mao nang ginatawag og cytoplasm. So the sperm cells is to it's we can fertilize but it's called zygote. Difference in reciprocal crosses result. So this is the example of difference in reciprocal crosses results. At this cross is resulting in the dominant offspring indicate that the parents is homozygous dominant. At this cross resulting in the 1.1 ratio of yellow to grain offspring indicate that parents to homozygous. As we can see the pictures, how the gametes store the parents of unknown genotype. This is the result of difference in reciprocal cross result. And the material inheritance is there are parents like we have F1, F2, and F3. At you can see you have the different result in course 1 and course 2. Non-segregation, this is a result of non-segregation. Non-Mendelian segregation, and difference nuclear substitutions. There are resorts of indifference to nuclear substitution. Infections like transmissions. There are a result of seven types of extra chromosomal inheritance, even if we have infections but they have transmissions. Like to sperm cells to fertilize in the female gametes into zygote in the girl, we form Avivi. Conclusions. Thus we know that only nucleus responsible for genes expressions and individual the cytoplasmic inheritance also responsible for virus characteristic.